Hello there, welcome back to Atlanta & Company. I'm Tom Sullivan. You know, while the recession's still in effect, perhaps no statistic is more closely watched as unemployment. And if you're out of a job, you can agree with that. Georgia particularly hit hard with higher than average unemployment rates. It seems everyone has a friend or a family member who's been laid off or can't find work. I can identify with that. So while you're happy to have a job and prefer not to think about the dreadful idea of becoming unemployed, this is precisely the time to really think about it, all right? So in a special two-part series right now, what to do before and after getting laid off, the shopping queen, Fatima Karimi, is going to give you some practical advice for surviving unemployment. Now this week, we're going to give you tips for being proactive and preparing for unemployment while you are still employed. And you join us now with more. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Well, this is fantastic. This is good advice for people watching right now. Let's talk about keeping your resume in tip-top shape. What do we need to have on there? Be ready.
Well, the most important thing is to always keep your resume up to date, especially while you're employed. Your skills, your projects, they're all fresh in your mind. So make sure you're constantly updating your resume so that if you do get unemployed, you're ready to go. You're not scrambling around trying to find your old resume and trying to spruce it up. It's always ready to go.
Sure.
And you also want to make sure that you have several different versions of your resume, because in this economy, you really need to be flexible. So you should have different resumes showcasing, highlighting your different skill sets, the different industries you've been in, so you can give a broader range of options to recruiters as well as future employers.
So for someone like myself who worked in a job prior to this for 30 years, I never had a resume, so where can we go online to maybe research or how to structure a resume? Give me some advice on that.
The job sites, the major ones, monster.com, careerbuilder.com, they're great resources for how to spiffy up your resume and what to really put in your resume. And especially people that might be wanting to transition from different careers or different industries. For example, the housing industry is not doing very well and they might be wanting to transition into a different industry, is to really focus on highlighting your skills. A lot of people think, well, this is a job that I've known for so many years, what can I do? I don't know what I can do after this. But to really think about a lot of your transferable skills, the skills that you've learned that you can use on any job, and to really highlight those in your resume.
Okay, and you also say on a sunny day, get out there and network, network, network.
Yes, you know, statistics have shown that nearly 80% of jobs are found through networking. So a lot of people spend their time looking for jobs on newspapers or job boards, but the reality is it's about the people that you know. And you want to be finding the people that you know before you actually need them, before you're unemployed. So you want to be out there networking, both for professional reasons and at that time, and then for your future needs as well. You know, it amazes me that a lot of people go out and they start networking when they've lost their job. But really think about it. The person that you're looking to refer you, are they going to refer you who they just shook your hand, or someone who they've seen on the monthly meetings every month and have gotten to know? So really think about, you know, where would you want to be, you know, that type of position.
Where do we go to network?
Everywhere. I mean, in Atlanta, we are so fortunate. There are so many different professional and networking organizations that you could literally go to a different networking meeting morning, noon, and night every day of the week and still not have any repeats. Everything from, you know, administrative professionals to all the way to engineers to corporate to different, you know, technology. So you can find networking opportunities based on your career or industry. So many different choices for you to be out there. You just have to be proactive and do that and be active in your industry before you're actually out of a job, so that when you are let go, you can easily go to your network and say, hey guys, I've been let go, what can you do? And at that time they know you and can start, you know, thinking about what positions they could refer you for.
Okay, what about online, like Facebook.com, LinkedIn.com? Are those good avenues?
They can be good avenues. However, the thing is most of those people find to be as crutches doing online networking, especially LinkedIn.com. That is more of a professional online networking website versus Facebook. However, nothing beats face-to-face. I mean, if someone, especially in this economy, is going to stick their neck out for you to recommend you for a job, to get your foot in the door, they really want to know you a little bit on a more personal and closer level than just someone that they met online or have connected with. But having that's still another tool in your arsenal. I mean, don't discount it. You still definitely want to keep that. Twitter, you know, a lot of people have found Twitter buddies and have, you know, found jobs through Twitter. But it's, you know, having a lot of different sources at your disposal.
Okay, saving for a rainy day. How much do we need to save for a rainy day?
Well, in this economy, I would recommend having at least 6 months of expenses saved. So I even recommend, it's like, even while you have a job, start living like you don't and save, save, save. So be upfront with people and say, you know, I'm wanting to save my money. You know, don't feel bad about, you know, not going out as much or wanting to cut back, both with your family and friends, that you do want to build up your emergency savings. And it's not a good fact to point out, but it's reality. Workers, especially over the age of 45, they're even having a tougher time finding jobs. So they should actually be keeping more like 9 months worth of savings.
9 months. Some people live paycheck to paycheck, so they're really going to have to look at their expenses and just scrimp
cut back. Yeah, like I said, pretend even while you have a job, pretend that you don't, and really cut back to make sure that you have that extra cushion there, because even if you do find a job, you might not even be able to get the salary that you used to have as well. So you'd see a decline in that as well. So make sure that you save, save, save. Okay, so what happens if we lose our job? You say we shouldn't forget about our benefits. Yeah, well, I would say don't forget about your asking about your benefits while you're still on the job, to make sure that you know what you're really going to leave with before you're actually shown to the door. For example, life insurance policies or disability policies that are given to you through your employment, that's exactly what they are. They're through your employment. So once you leave, in many cases, they're not portable. So you're not going to be able to take that life insurance policy or disability policies or other types of policies with you. Or retirement savings. A lot of employers have retirement programs, whether it's a 401k or a 403b and a variety of different ones that they help contribute to. But they all have vesting schedules that the amount of money they contribute to is only good if you stay for a certain number of years. So if you don't stay those number of years, they're actually going to take back that money. So you're not going to leave with as much money as you thought you would. But the most important thing with retirement accounts that a lot of people, especially in these economic times, they think, okay, well, I'll start using that as my savings. So instead of getting the check transferred over to another account, they'll have it written in their name, and then they're stuck with 10% penalties.
It's more than that, right? Like almost 50% you could be penalized.
Well, 10% tax penalties, and then also 50%, nearly 50% of the penalties and everything that you have to pay on top of it. So you lose a good chunk of change right then and there, as well as all the money that you could be growing into for your retirement. So that would be the last thing I would recommend for people to do. That's why it's so important that you do save, save, save prior to that, so you're not touching that retirement account. But don't leave it either. Some people actually totally forget about it, and there's literally billions of dollars worth of retirement money just sitting there that people have forgotten to transfer. But you can do rollover IRAs, you know, Fidelity, E-Trade, Charles Schwab. They all have very easy rollover IRA programs where you just pick up the phone, give them some account information, and the funds are transferred to there. Yeah.
And I think the stimulus package, if you got laid off now, COBRA is available to you.
Yes. COBRA, which is basically employer-sponsored health care that you can use while you're unemployed. At that time, previously, you would have to pay for 100% of the cost. It wouldn't be subsidized by the employer. But now with the new stimulus package, you only have to pay for 35% of it.
That's awesome.
Which is great. However, you should make sure that you actually qualify for COBRA. A lot of people that were employed by small businesses are coming to find out that they weren't qualified because the government only mandates employers with 20 or more full-time employees have to have COBRA options. So even if you might have health insurance now at a small business employer, you might not have the option for COBRA if you're unemployed. So definitely ask all of that up front.
Good tips. And your final tip, you say separate your life.
Separate your life. It's amazing how people get all of their personal and professional life all stuck in one place, especially their work email or their work computer. So really, I would highly encourage you to set up a separate email account for all your personal matters, and don't mix business and personal. not only is it not good while you're employed, but when you are unemployed and you're shown the door, you know, you're not going to have time to access any of that, and especially computer files as well. If you must do work at your work computer, then have a memory stick with you and save all your files on that memory stick and not on your hard drive.
Good.
So really want to make sure that you separate your professional and personal life.
And quickly, what are you going to be focusing on next week?
Next week, we're actually going to be talking about what to do once you are unemployed.
Okay, excellent. Great advice. You're a wealth of information. We can find all this information we just talked about if you want more money-saving ideas, tips, advice, everything Fatima just talked about, and coupons too. Visit her website. It is shoppingqueen.com. And don't forget, as we said, tune in next Monday, part 2 of Fatima.